Innovative di Hatiku represents a slogan that focuses on prioritizing community and future students, especially from the B40 groups. The spirit that arises from this slogan is to continue the effort to always give and help the community and prospective students in need. This slogan should remain a principle in every innovative citizen, so that this slogan is spoken in every community throughout the state in Malaysia, and make innovative as the main option to pursue higher education.
Inovatif di hatiku. Inovatif di hatiku.
Inovatif di hatiku.
Innovative di hatiku.
Innovative di hatiku.
Hai, Assalamualaikum dan selamat pagi and good mornings to all. Salam daripada Malaysia, salam daripada Innovative International College. Saya Presiden Innovative International College bersama dengan saya Vice President Cik Muhammad Anas Muhammad Bukhori. Assalamualaikum Cik Anas.
Ya, Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan Assalamualaikum juga kepada para pendengar kita di sana.
Ya, Assalamualaikum pada semua. Hari ini kita nak sembang-sembang santai je ya. Semalam kita dah sedikit bersemangat ya sebab kita mengupaskan ya isu-isu berkenaan dengan pandemik COVID-19 and higher education ya, and education as general dalam perspektif Malaysia and also dalam perspektif Innovative International College ya. Encik Anas, saya kena buat sedikit introduction lah kot sebab kita ni bersiaran secara global ya. So we need to actually share with our viewer ya, our global viewer ya, daripada rakan-rakan kita di peringkat antarabangsa. We are a college situated in Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur ya. So we are offering tertiary educations, diploma, certificates up to degrees and masters ya. So we are private higher education, so we open our educations to all over the world. Yeah, it's not only limited for Malaysian students. Yeah. So okay, Cik Anas, today we would like to discuss about SPM student. I believe they are definitely nervous about taking this exam result, yeah, because we know very well the time they are sitting for the exam in 2020 is full of challenge, yeah. So due to the pandemic COVID-19, due to the lockdown of the schools during that time, due to the exam being postponed a few times. So this is the thing that I think somehow rather is affect the results of the student. So I think this also we also will see a lot of students will actually fall into before we explain about this, I think we need to explain about the result, the statistics about the results.
Well, maybe we, for our listener abroad, maybe they need to know what is SPM. Basically, in Malaysia, primarily there are two ways of entering higher education. One is at year 10 and the other is at year 12. That is the primary route lah. There are many other routes, but this is the primary one. Okay. So the entry requirement for at year 10, if you want to go straight to the higher education, there is an examination, nationwide examination called SPM. So it is equivalent to O-level.
Yes. So we would like to talk about that because since it's a primary exam, majority of Malaysian students actually sitting for this exam. Yeah, majority lah, almost 99%, 98%. So they call it Sijil Pelajaran Malaysia, SPM. Yeah, so in Malaysia, for this year, the numbers of students that sit for the exam is about 450,000. Yeah, Encik Anas?
Yes, that's correct.
So statistically, we just do some comparison based on the challenge that the student face now. During the pandemic, I believe the result will be slightly lower compared to the previous year, yeah. Unless there's some adjustment in terms of the exam setting and all that, but I believe overall the result will be slightly lower in terms of the previous year due to a few circumstances, yeah, Encik Anas, because
Yeah,
first
a bit lah.
first first because when they convert the teaching from classroom teaching to online teaching, I think not everybody have the access to a proper internet and facility for the online teaching. So we are looking about 250,000 students actually not able to have a proper quality of education for before they sit for their SPMs, yeah, Encik Anas. So
Mm-hmm.
I think we see many people's outside their parents actually kind of halfway towards the SPM, we start hearing that the parents and the student kind of give up, Encik Anas.
Yeah.
So so how actually, Cik Anas, we want to actually prepare the students? If we know the SPM is already a challenge, definitely the result is not that up to the standard or a normal result that we normally obtain from the previous years before the pandemic. So how actually the higher education like us want to prepare for them? How we want to come in and help this group of students?
Okay, prior to that, we need to understand also that Malaysia education system is examination based, whereby at the end of every stages, for example, in the secondary education at year 10, the entire cohort of the student have to take a single examination nationwide. So it is a standardized examination to say whether you are qualified to go into a certain field of study or not. Okay, but however, due to the situation that brought by COVID-19 pandemic, the access to education for certain part of the society has been very much limited. For example, if they are forced to study from home, basically there's a question whereby do they have access to the internet or not? Is the teachers themselves is equipped with all the machine, with all the equipment and also knowledge required to conduct an online learning or not, so we are expecting that there will be some challenges faced by this student during the examination time. And then at the same time, we also expected there will be a lot of students facing difficulty in achieving higher grade. So understanding the issues that faced by the Malaysian, the SPM candidates. So we have developed multiple program within Innovative International College. Basically, this program is not new. It has been introduced by the Malaysian Qualification Agency for quite some time. I think they have been working on it, I think maybe since 2017 or 2016. So they call it TVET program, whereby any student, regardless of their grade, can go into any program of their liking in the higher education system. So this allow the student, regardless whether they pass, whether they score, or whether they didn't score at all in SPM, to become what they aspire to be in life. So at Innovative International College, and I believe a few of our friends in other colleges or institutions also have been developing this program during this pandemic time in order to cater for students who not be able to qualify directly into our normal or mainstream diploma program. They can come for this TVET program, but they will end up as the same in the same field that they aspire to be, regardless their SPM results. So that is our answer to the challenge poverty.
Yeah. So for the student out there, I think for the student SPM leavers that actually we believe that your result will be actually below 5 credits. Yeah. and then some of you might facing the results that we foresee. Some of our children might have a result which is below their own expectations. Yeah, so 3 credits and below, 2 credits and below. Either they pass SPM or they don't pass the SPM, since the requirement to pass SPM now is actually Bahasa Malaysia must pass, Sejarah also they must pass. So for this group of students, sometimes they're actually looking into kemahiran. But now since the government have changed, have a new approach into this situation by allowing Malaysian Qualification Agency to actually approve TVET program into our normals diploma program, actually is allows this group of students to go back into the mainstream of education. Yeah, so it's very important for the student out there that when you actually want to continue study, you need to understand. If I want to continue study, sometimes they will call it late boomers lah. Yeah. The student during the school time play a lot, so they become late boomers kan. So when they come to college, only they start realizing, and then they study hard, they become good student. For innovative, Encik Ana, we see this group of students, a lot of them. You know, when they are actually in school, their result is not so good, but when they come to innovative, the result is excellent. Yeah. So I believe.
I mean, it's quite important to note that at Innovative International College, we believe everybody have the same level of IQ, everybody have the same level of opportunity. It's just that the environment, you know, during their secondary school influence the result. You know, some people have a good family, they can go for tuition. Of course, the grade is better, but what about student, you know, studying in kampung, you know, and in that area whereby it's quite difficult to have access to quality education or supplement, you know, to go and buy additional textbooks also is quite expensive for them. So the grade is also not just influenced by the ability of the student, it's also influenced by the environment that the student is in. So that's why when they come to Innovative International College, so we make sure that this conducive environment is a standard for everybody. That's why we can say that regardless their background, regardless their grade, when they come to Innovative International College, when they graduated, they graduated as somebody.
Yes. So that is what we do in Innovative. And Anas, we try to adjust. It's not to lower down the quality. It's not. But the approach we adjust. So the knowledge is still the same. The acquired of knowledge for the student is still the same. But we adjust it to their pace. We adjust it to their ability. We adjust it to their surrounding. So this is the key element lah in actually we deliver our educations to this kind of group of students. So I think we've been successful doing this for the past many years, and then we can see many of our students actually excel after their diplomas. Yeah. So again, we go back to the topic earlier that the student which is only 2 credits or maybe even 1 credit, 2 credits during the SPM, thinking like there's no future for them. We would like to tell all of you here, there's always place for you in higher education. In our education system, the way the government designed it, the minister designed it, there's always a place for everyone. So I believe for the student who actually opts to go for kemahiran, it's also good program, but the student who really want to go into the mainstream with the MQA diplomas, they always can do it with the private higher education such as Innovative International College, because they can actually start with the certificates levels, then move on into diplomas level, then they can also go back into the degree levels, all with the MQA recognition, Encik Anas. So
that's good. Puan, maybe we need to note something. Maybe a lot of our listener think that when we give example about Innovative International College, it looks like we are selling our program. Basically, it is not. We just use it as an example. But the same program, you know, the standards set by the Malaysian Qualification Agency. So let's say TVET program or certificates program. I believe there are other institutions also doing the same. But what we are sharing here is that what we do at Innovative, and maybe other institutions can, if you don't have the same program, they can follow us, or maybe if they have a better program, then let us know so that we can also improve ourselves.
Yes, yes. So in here, we are not really want to compete because we need to make sure the 450,000 of Malaysian students have the access to higher education. That is our bigger role and responsibility, Cik Anas. It's not so much about focusing on small group of students. We need to make sure together with the governments to help all these 450 students is not being left out in terms of providing them a good and quality education. So I think we're looking back into the SPM levels, yeah. So I think some of them might wonders also since now pandemic COVID-19, so it's much more difficult in terms of economy. So since we know the unfortunate part, the student um, who have a challenge in terms of infra for digital educations, also the student have challenge in the economic part of it, where the parents socioeconomy is not enough to support them to pursue their higher education in the private sector. But we want to explain to all the audience, the viewers, regardless whether they are in Malaysia, even overseas, we have launched so many programs. We launched it within Innovative to help all these students during this pandemic COVID-19, all the parents during pandemic COVID-19. I believe all my colleagues and friends out there who are also running private higher education might do the same, yeah. So in Innovative, what we do, Cik Anas, we actually giving the student free certificate program. So meaning that you don't need to worry about registration. We give you free registration. We give you free certificate program, so you can actually come and join us without worried about, oh, I don't have much money, no money for registration, how my parents have not enough fund. Yeah, you don't have to worry about that. We just want to assist you, to help you, so you have the first step in tertiary education. Let you have the first step first. All right. So that is number one, that how we want to help the society, how Innovative give back to the society. So for the student out there, look for Innovative di hatiku. So with that, we can assist you for your the next step in your life in terms of education, quality education. Yeah, Cik Anas.
Yep, that's correct.
Yeah.
While normally during in the morning, I will walk around my house, even during this movement control order, just to keep my mind fit and my body fit. And then one thing that I find that walking this morning is that in order for any institution to contribute back to the society, the things that we did must solve the society problem. So for the SPM level out there, what are the problems that the higher education institution like Innovative solve? So at the point when you receive your result, and you have two options basically. So you have an option to start working. Definitely there will be a job waiting for you. For example, you can become Grab driver, you can become a lot of things that can be done by SPM level nowadays. But at the same time, you also can choose to further study. So a lot of people is thinking is that, yeah, so what's the point of me further my study if eventually I will get the same salary as if I'm not furthering my study, as if I'm from SPM, straight away go and work, I get the same salary rate. So a lot of people is thinking like this. But one thing I would like to tell everybody here is that we keep track on our alumni performance. What is their salary? So basically, even at diploma level, if as at SPM level, if you go and work now, you can get a salary around 1,200. That's the minimum salary set by the government of Malaysia. But if you have a diploma program, you are holding diploma, let's say you invested 2 years of your life in a diploma, so you will get a salary around 1,800. So that is the average salary, starting salary, you know, that our alumni is getting after getting the job after graduation, minimum 1,800. So the difference between 1,200 and 1,800 is actually 600 ringgit. Then you times 12. How much you get? 6,000, sorry, 7,000 and 200 ringgit. Then you times 3 years, you know, it's already 21,000 plus plus. It's more than the cost of your diploma. So parents out there who listen to this conversation or discussion, can you name me any investment in the world that when you put your money right inside that investment, within 3 years you get an ROI, return on investment? 3 years. Is there any? I don't think so. That's number one. And number two, the knowledge that you get, you know, is gonna be with you for the rest of your life. So after 2 years, your salary will be increase and increase again. So I would like to bring one example here. We have our alumni working for Innovative International College as an IT manager. You can ask him what is his salary now. He is an IT manager at Innovative International College. Yep. So he's been with our IT program for 10 semesters. You know, it's not, it's for him, that program is not, but we keep engaging with him. For some people, no, after 6 semester, they just, yeah, maybe this program is not for me. You know, this is too difficult. But he keep with Innovative. So even though the program is hard for him, you know, he stayed with us even up to 10 semester. And now look at him. What he is now. He is the IT manager of higher educational institution. And I
Yes.
believe the rest of his friends also will share the same stories.
Yeah. So I think Innovative managed to graduate very good students. But here we are not sharing here to actually doing sellings or marketing. We want to share the facts of education in the perspective of Innovative. So what we like to share to the parents and the students out there, you just need to put a little bit initiative, looking around the good platform and the good program for you. And then the most importantly, the program must be industry oriented, because another part yang Cik Ana, the one that concerns the parents and the student, is whether they have a job or not after they complete their study. Yeah. So look for the program that provide you somehow a job related program. You know, like in Innovative we have so many job related program like diploma hotel management work based learning, and then we have law enforcement where you can actually pursue the program and become a policeman, and also any part of the government authority. Yeah? So which is a very good program for all the students. And then I think there's so many other programs for the student, but the most importantly, you must know, you must understand. First, you understand where you're going, you understand your result, and then you understand that there's always this place for you in education. And then don't stop pursuing your higher education. Believe me, whether you are coming from B40, whether you are coming from kampung, because I personally also come from kampung, I believe I also have so much limitations during my study time. Yeah. The only thing that I've been grateful, because I actually been offered to study outside of my kampung during after my SPM. So that is actually the chance for me to go out and actually explore the real world and become who I am today. So I believe where we are coming from is not an issue now. Yeah. It doesn't matter whether we are coming from not so fortunate family, you know, like maybe we are coming from all the sort of limitations in our life. Yeah, we don't have so much of finance support, we don't have to worry about that. The most importantly, we must know what we want, and then we must know where to look for that. Yeah. So jadi for me lah, my advice to all the parents, for Malaysian parents, overseas parents especially, I believe also the peoples in Nepal, in India, in Bangladesh, they definitely the pandemic COVID-19 impact, seriously, significantly towards the developments of the nation, the developments of the education, and the progress of this generation in terms of quality education. So I think what we need to do, actually, the government need to come together with us by providing some reasonable infrastructure, so the student have the access to digital program, digital education. So at least the whole world, even Malaysia, we don't have this generation gap, and then we don't have the education being deprived from these generations. I believe the previous generation, this generation, definitely there's a gap already in term of their education. Yeah. So once you have 450,000 students, let's say 200,000 students being deprived of a good quality education, we know the next thing is going to happen to them. There will be a difficulty in terms of them to actually go into the working environments. Will be the next challenge for them. So when this happened to them, so we worried that we might facing another part of the challenge in terms of Malaysian, where we will see there's a moral issues. Yeah, there's a difficulties in outside. Then we have a shortage of talents and skills workers in helping us to overcome the issues of economy after this pandemic COVID-19. So we have to make sure that this generation is not being deprived of good quality education, no matter how, no matter what. I actually would like to call all my colleagues and friends from higher educations, don't give up, because I believe these students, they need help, they need access to higher educations, and then we need to help them, and however we can, whatever ways we can. Yeah? Maybe Encik Anas also can share that we also try to assist the student from Palestine. Yeah, maybe Encik Anas can share with us what we discussed yesterday about the Palestinian student.
So, good tips from Puan Shahawati just now. Something that I would like to highlight is that choose a program that is industry based. Tips number one, and I would like to add on something to that tips is that it's something like this. You need to understand that the quality of education is based on the quality of the lecturer, the quality of teaching staff. So that's why number one, you have to choose a program that is industry based. Okay, but by having said industry based, you also need to have the the faculty member also coming from the industry. All right. So I give you a very simple example. If you want to do a diploma in business administration, that means your lecturer or your faculty members must be also a businessman. But these are the things that you must review the college. You must really evaluate whether that in particular institution have the quality of the faculty members as per the industry requirement or not, because that will determine whether you have the capability to excel in that particular industry or not. Okay, so it's very simple. This is my additional tips that I want to give to everybody. You look at when you go and evaluate any institution that you wanted to go in or enroll in. You look at their Facebook page, you look at their website, whether or not that particular institution showcase their faculty members or not. That is the simplest way of determining whether that institution have a good faculty members or not. But if you just go to a website and then you just see just a simple website, very plain, talking about the program and the credit hours, but you do not have access who is the faculty members, you know, I worry that particular institution may not be a good one because they shy, they don't want to reveal who is their a faculty member. But on the other hand, you look at, you know, if you go to the IPTA, they put the picture of this professor and then what are the research that they have conducted, that they have completed, what are the contribution of them to the society. If you look at Innovative International College website, every of our program leader, program manager, and program director have their own Facebook page. You know, they have their own live. They don't shy to tell the world that this is who I am, this is what I do, and this is what I accomplish. So, tips number 2. And then coming back to Puan Shahawati, yes, at Innovative International College, similarly, I believe similar with other international organization. So we do play a bigger role in developing the society. You know why? Because when the society is well educated, then the economy will be more flourish. So during tough time like this, you know, during this COVID-19 pandemic, and then during this war that was happening in Palestine, so we feel obligated. We feel that, you know, in order for us to ensure, you know, that the society remain resilient during this time, you know, one of the key factor is giving the education. In fact, you know, we will collaborate with one foundation in Malaysia, which I cannot name at this moment. We pledge, you know, about 500 seats for multiple program at Innovative International College for free of charge to those in Palestine. And normally for this particular program, we charge local student 20,000 ringgit, and this 500 seats we are giving it free, you know, for all the Palestinian and those who are residing in the area. And this foundation will bring this services product there. So one of my friend is flying over there and to see, you know, how we can deliver this program online or offline, and how 500 students, international students in Palestinian area, can be benefited from this project. And the total cost is about 20,000 times 500. So that's the value of the things that we want to give back to society. That is at the international level. And of course, at the local level, we have multiple programs, you know. At this moment running, we have the Innovativedihatiku, we have collaboration with multiple yayasan. It's just that you may not hear about Innovative International College, but if you see this is the program of that yayasan or this yayasan, then basically that program is actually originating from us.
All right, so that's the thing. So the parents and the student out there, so no need to worry so much. If you have 3 credits, 2 credits, come to Innovative. Let we help you to pursue your higher educations properly back into the mainstream, because later on I believe some of you might even will end into PhDs, you know, these kinds of thing, you know, PhD programs, and you can pursue and go back into the mainstream under MQA program. So some of the questions asking me, Cik Anas, how long is the program if they're taking from certificate? So this is the normally the question that we receive. Yeah. So if you're taking from certificates to diplomas, if you're a diploma student direct, the program is about 2.5 years. Yeah. But if you're coming from the certificate program, you have to add on another 6 more months. So together is about 3 years. That's all. Even you can see the certificate 1.5 years, and then you see the program diploma 2.5 years, then you thought, oh, altogether is almost like 4 years. It is not. Yeah, because there's every student after their certificate, when they continue with the diploma, they got full exemption. So because of that, they're not really required to complete the entire 1.5 years of that certificates because they got exemptions in the diplomas. So the total program certificate in diploma become only 3 years. So compare them to their normal friends who got 3 credits in the SPM, only 6 months. Yeah, so not really concerns for you because there's, I believe for 2 credit student, 1 credit student, for because we believe this group of students, these numbers of students that fall into this category will increase for this time because of the challenge that they are facing during the SPM in 2020, yeah, Cik Anas. So
Yeah.
I just would like to inform to all the parents out there untuk ni, I just want to tell the international viewer that I need to speak in bahasa Malaysia because I want to address it the parents in Malaysia especially. So untuk ibu bapa kat Malaysia ni, untuk anak-anak yang dekat Malaysia ni kan, you jangan risau kalau you dapat 3 kredit ke 2 kredit ke, yang SPM tak lulus ke, you still can go back into the mainstream. Because kadang-kadang kita rasa rendah diri tau sebab kita pergi masuk program kemahiran aja ya. But for your information, kemahiran also good ya. So but I would like to explain kepada semua ibu bapa dan anak-anak, you boleh ambil sertifikat dahulu dan you combine dengan diploma, in combination is only 6 month additional. So together is 3 tahun ya. Dan yang bagusnya untuk inovatif yang sertifikat tu kita tak charge pun. Ya. So kepada adik-adik kat sana ini menunjukkan keikhlasan inovatif dalam membantu adik-adik atau anak-anak dekat luar sana during this pandemic COVID-19 ya. Kita nak bantu supaya mereka tu tak ketinggalan. Kita harap perjuangan kita Cik Anas adalah satu perjuangan yang baik dalam membantu memastikan generasi ni tak ketinggalan. Itu adalah perkara yang kita takuti sebab kalau generasi ni ketinggalan, the generation ketinggalan, it is going to be a huge impact in term of development in Malaysia, progress in Malaysia. Tu saya cakap in the world sebab in the world pun kita dah nampak the big impact Kita nampak the big impact in India, the big impact in Nepal. So but in Malaysia, in Malaysia, in the views of Malaysia itself, definitely there's a big impact. Kalau kita tak betul-betul careful dalam addressing this issue bersama dengan this generation, ya. So jadi kita mungkin tak boleh membantu semua, tapi kita harap kita dapat membantu segolongan dan sebahagian. So jadi sesiapa yang rasa dia dah tak ada cara, tak ada jalan, mungkin ada masalah ekonomi juga dari segi ibu bapa, dari segi pekerjaan ibu bapa yang mungkin kehilangan pekerjaan. Kita dah dengar ya ramai yang kehilangan pekerjaan di luar sana. So jadi jangan kita halang ya progres anak-anak kita dalam education. Cari inovatif di hatiku, cari inovatif. Kita ada program sertifikat yang kita bagi secara percuma. Kita ada pendaftaran tak perlu bayar. Ya, terus saja daftar dan terus masuk kelas. Ibu bapa just invest sikit saja on the infrastructure. Mungkin dalam RM45 sebulan untuk pastikan ada internet. Itu je. Ya, jadi tak payah lagi nak fikir nak siapkan duit untuk asrama, nak siapkan duit untuk makan, nak siapkan duit untuk ni. Anak akan berada di depan kita bersama dengan kita, tetapi kita invest sikit saja dalam internet. Ya. So untuk setengah sempat ya Cik Anas, kita juga ada sediakan center-center untuk bagi dia all internet access dan kita buat melalui inovatif di hatiku. So center-center ni dia akan nampak start berada di kawasan-kawasan yang memang agak susah untuk pelajar-pelajar untuk mendapatkan internet access. So kita cuba sedaya upaya kita ya Cik Anas to help this group of student untuk still ada access to higher education. Untuk yang terus ke diploma pun sama, tak perlu fikirkan pendaftaran. So they actually can have registration, just register yourself. And then in term of the fees Encik Anas, kita memberikan fees yang macam tak payah bayar apalah, just enough with the PTPTN. Yeah. So jadi this is the type of program dan package yang kita bagi kepada student. Mungkin ada juga soalan bertanya program macam mana ya. Innovatif ni sangat famous for hotel management work based learning ya. Kita famous for haji dan umrah, law enforcement, accountancy, so culinary, so this is the program yang I think banyak student datang, dan diploma in business administration yang kita tawarkan pada 12,000 sahaja, maknanya duit PTPTN tu actually more than enough and sufficient for the student. So untuk parents dekat luar sana, this is the help that we want to give, untuk NGO atau kerajaan yang mendengar pihak-pihak government atau kementerian yang listens to our discussion today. Doesn't matter whether you are in Malaysia or whether you are in Nepal, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, we are welcome you to partner us to give a good and quality education to the students during this pandemic COVID-19. We just want to make sure that this student is not being deprived from a quality education. We just want to help and to make sure all these generations, they got equal access to education. As we know, Cik Anas, yesterday we discussed what is the vaccines for this pandemic COVID-19. There's two. One is a real vaccine that you're going to get inject for, and then the second one actually the education. So
a lot of people want ask how the education is considered as the second vaccine. So basically, this is my answer to this question.
Yes.
After COVID-19 pandemic, the economic structure gonna be very different. Okay, now everybody is relying on the digital economy. So in fact, our Yang Amat Prime Minister also somewhere in February has introduced a national digital economy plan. So a lot of people didn't realize about this thing. Our livelihood, our economy gonna be very, very different after the pandemic's end. So what we are doing now is preparing the kids, the SPM level, towards that kind of world, that kind of economy, that kind of job requirement. So this is another vaccine. Why we need this vaccine? Why we need these two vaccines? The first one is to ensure that to minimize the impact of COVID-19 pandemic, right? So the first vaccine that we receive, the AstraZeneca, Pfizer, and so on, is basically for us to achieve the herd immunity, so that we can move on with our daily life without having to experience this lockdown that destroy the economy. The second vaccine that we require is the education itself. In order for us to manage ourselves, manage the economy, grow within that kind of different new world of economy post COVID-19 pandemic, we need new knowledge. The knowledge that you have, or the knowledge that we have before the COVID-19 pandemic, most probably is already obsolete. We cannot thrive, we cannot survive economically after COVID-19 pandemic if you do not have this new knowledge. That's why very critical for everybody. If you want to further study, you make sure that the content of your studies must include this part, whereby the knowledge of that particular industry must include how this industry responds to COVID-19 pandemic. So a lot of people is saying that, okay, normal people without knowledge, we say that, okay, now hotel is dying, tourism is dying, every business is dying. So you cannot go to this industry, no more job opportunity, cannot go to this industry. You know what? This is from our own research, based on the data and statistic, right? So in fact, what happening last year, the minute the border is open, the tourism industry flourish. They receive double, triple bookings rate, the things that they have not seen before. So imagine your kids, for parents, your kids coming to innovative, studying tourism, studying hospitality, 2 to 3 years from now, when they entered the market, that is the booming time for this particular industry. Because what comes down must go up. So this is something in the investment terminology. Let's say I know that some people play shares. So what people say about shares? Buy during the price is down, sell when the price is high. So now the price in this industry is down. So this is where we invested our time. In fact, Innovative International College also, we are buying building during this time. We are buying hotel. We are buying tourism agency at this time. So we are developing, our other businesses in this area, because we know once the pandemic over, one of the industry that gonna boom, gonna explode is hospitality, tourism business.
Yes, yes, well said, Encik Anas. It's true, yeah. So that's why if people ask me why now hospitality, why you don't just close the faculty, even during pandemic, student of innovative it's been asked, yeah, everywhere for the practical. So I think we have no issues in terms of demand for the hospitality program. So I think that is one of the best, I think, topic to discuss. But of course, we will bring this topic to next week about the hospitality industry, the impact of this COVID-19. That is a very interesting topic, Encik Anas, for us to actually elaborate further. Yes, and we are coming from the academic point of view. So I think we are coming almost to the end of our discussion for today. So again, I would like to wish all the best to the SPM students that going to take their result on the 10th of June. Yeah, I know ada yang tak sabar-sabar dan ada yang tak kisah pun. Yeah, sebab rasa macam dah give up dah daripada last year. But I would like to tell you all. Nak bagi tahu semualah ibu bapa dan parent kat luar sana. Ya. Satu, kita tak boleh ambil remeh tentang masa depan diri kita dan masa depan anak-anak kita. Kepada adik-adik, jangan ambil remeh masa depan adik-adik, ya, jangan ambil remeh, ya. Dan kepada ibu bapa, jangan ambil remeh, ya. Kata tak payahlah, tak payah fikirlah, tunggulah pandemik semua over baru kita nak pergi fikir. I just would like to share to all the parents out there, yeah. This pandemic will not over tomorrow. You're not going to see this pandemic over in a few months time. Ya, tak akan berlaku, ya. Dan kita tahu sekarang ni kita dah cerita pasal variants, ya, dalam virus tu sendiri. Maknanya kita menghadapi satu kesukaran, ya, pakar-pakar perubatan menghadapi kesukaran dalam kita mengatasi masalah COVID-19. So the only ways for us to stay safe adalah having a new normal dalam cara kita hidupan hari-hari, ya. So jadi apa yang saya nak bagi tahu dekat ibu bapa, jangan tunggu, ya. Saya punya student yang daripada dulu digital, sekarang dah nak bergraduate dah, ya. So makna dia lebih prepared untuk hit the job market, ya. Dan dia all boleh continue dengan degree. By the time semua ni over, insyaAllah dia dah equip diri dia dengan orang kata good education, ya. Itu number one. Sebab Pak tahulah saya dulu dari kampung. So jadi bila saya belajar tu tak keluar dari kampung tu, cara pemikiran kita, apa yang kita faham tak mampu nak bawa kita to the next level tu, ya. So jadi kepada ibu bapa dekat luar sana, jangan ambil remeh pasal pendidikan anak-anak. Untuk adik-adik, jangan ambil remeh pasal masa depan, ya. Sebab ini akan menentukan bukan saja masa depan kita, masa depan keluarga kita, masa depan komuniti kita, masa depan negara kita. Itulah orang kata sekecil-kecil contribution tu bukan kecil, ya. Dia sangat-sangat important dalam memastikan kita mampu mengatasi pandemik COVID-19 ni. Kalau kita kalah, kalau kita dapat vaksin, kita rasa kita menang. Tak. Kena ada a good education to make sure kita menang, ya. Dia mungkin melumpuhkan banyak benda. Supaya kita tak lumpuh, kita kena pastikan bukan setakat kita fight dengan dapatkan vaksin. Untuk vaksin seperti yang kita nak kena cucuk tu lah yang kita dapat dari My Sejahtera ya, kita juga kena ada a good education ya. So itu perkongsian kami pada pagi ni. Encik Anas, mungkin Encik Anas nak conclude kot untuk
Okay,
kita
terima kasih, Wan. So a lot of things that we discussed this morning. We do not have a very orang kata a specific topic or talking point basically, because this is just weekend, just chill with our president, one president here, and then so this is where we share our mind, our pikiran. So basically, even on daily basis, when I discussing with Puan Wati, these are the things that both of us, sometimes we quarrel, sometimes we discuss, because what we want to achieve is that contribution back to the society. So that's why we are here. The reason why Innovative International College is needed by society. So we must solve people's problem, and this is our way of solving people's problems. So hopefully I can get the trust from the society, trust in our brand, trust that we can solve your problem, trust that we can improve your socio-economic status. We have students who coming from B40, when they graduated, not even 5 years, within these 5 years, he transformed himself and his family into an M40. I feel very, very good. I feel very, very bersyukur that I am part of that transformation. So I want more of this student. I want more, from the society to come. If you are from M40, you become T20. If you are T20 in Malaysia, you may want to take on the world, become global player. If you are M40, you become T20, B40, and jump, take the leapfrog into the socio-economic fabric in Malaysia. So that is to sum up everything that we want. That is basically our mission. So thank you very much, Puan Shahawati, our beloved president of Innovative International College. And we will see you again next weekend. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum.
Okay, thank you Encik Wawak Anas. Thank you semua. Kepada semua viewer kita, thank you very much. Our discussion lifetime will be the same every week, which is on Saturday, Sunday, 11 o'clock. So I welcome everybody untuk come. If you have any questions, anything you would like to ask, whether it's a good question, a bad question, doesn't matter. Yeah, we would like to answer you. So you can always be with me during our live show, 11 o'clock every Saturday, Sunday. And then we have a very serious channel, business channel, which is on Tuesday at 2 o'clock. So this is a time where everybody out there can actually come. If you would like to have any discussion with me, yeah, so you can always text us, yeah, telling us what topic you want us to talk, or whether you want to be a part of the discussion. We are welcome you at any time, yeah. Parents, students, society members, NGOs, leaders, anybody, even from ministry, if they want to come to our platform and to talk to all the parents and the students, yeah. So we welcome all of them, whether they are Malaysian, whether they are overseas, whether they are in Palestine, regardless where they are, yeah, they are welcome to actually share with us in our platform, live together with us. We're going to have it every Saturday and Sunday, 11 o'clock for 1 hour. So insyaAllah, so I hope today is a good sharing, yeah. Saya harap share saya ini bermanfaat, ya. Saya juga ingin mengucapkan ribuan terima kasih kepada guru kita, mentor kesayangan kita, Datuk Wira Dr. Azizan Osman, yang memang orang kata bertungkus lumus membantu inovatif dan rakan-rakan di dalam industri, ya, untuk memastikan kita tak kalah dalam pandemik COVID-19, dan kita mendoakan kesihatan dan kesejahteraan untuk Datuk Wira dan keluarga insya-Allah, dan juga keluarga Richworks, juga semua kepada keluarga inovatif, ya, keluarga kami semua, ya, warga inovatif, keluarga-keluarga anak-anak kami, pelajar-pelajar kami, agar diberi keselamatan dan kesejahteraan, ya, dilindungi daripada pandemik COVID-19, dan minta semua, ya, take care and be safe always. Yeah. So selakali lagi ya. Where there is a darkness, there's always the light through education. Yeah. So believe education is the only way out ya dalam apa saja keadaan. So kita kena pastikan generasi kita diberi pendidikan yang sewajarnya, insya-Allah. Alright, sampai sini dulu kami berdua dalam kita sembang-sembang di pagi Sabtu dan pagi Ahad ini ya, insya-Allah. So saya sudahi dengan pantun dulu. Kalau tiada sumur di ladang, ke rumah saya marilah mandi. Kalau tiada umur yang panjang, di pintu syurga kami menanti, insya-Allah. Inovatif di hatiku. Wabillahi taufiq wa hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Terima kasih.
Saya Cik Am, Senior Counselor, Inovatif di Hatiku.
Hai, saya Aiza, Inovatif di Hatiku.
Saya Yahurin Muhammad Yasin, inovatif di hatiku.
Hai, nama saya Kana, inovatif di hatiku. Saya Aini, inovatif di hatiku.
Saya Arisha, inovatif di hatiku.
Hai, saya Ain, inovatif di hatiku.
Saya Wanu Fazira, inovatif di hatiku.
Saya Nurfahana binti Zul, inovatif di hatiku. Saya Asma Amanina, inovatif di hatiku.
Hai, saya Hamka, inovatif di hatiku.
Saya Muhammad Helmi bin Abdul Rahman, inovatif di hatiku.
Nama saya Nurul Al-Akila, penolong pendaftar Kolej Inovatif Antarabangsa, inovatif di hatiku.
Hai, nama saya Muhammad Faiz bin Abdul Razak, inovatif di hatiku.
Saya Abdul Rahman bin Kasbi, pendaftar Kolej Antarabangsa Inovatif. Inovatif di hatiku.
Inovatif di hatiku.